Welcome to American Medicine Today. I'm Kimberly Bonati alongside Ethan Youker. So a new book is being called a hysterical guide to catastrophe of our modern culture by pairing mockery with facts, and joining us to discuss is returning guest and friend of the show, AJ Rice, president and CEO of Publius PR and author of White Privilege album, bringing racial harmony to very fine people on both sides. Thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, great to be here. It's always fun.
Of course.
Certainly. So this book is a follow-up to your hilarious Woking Dead bestseller. What made you want to continue that narrative?
Look, when you're fighting cultural Marxism, which is what the Woking Dead was, what you learn is it's such a target-rich environment that you can pretty much start to drill down on some of the big lies, some of the big narratives that get pushed in the culture to affect not only voters, but the youth, to change how they see the country, to change how they see Western civilization. With the White Privilege album, I'm basically kidnapping the term white privilege back from the left, and I am abducting it and making it my own. Because when you hear those terms, guys, when you hear the term white privilege, it's three things, and I can drill down on them. One, it's Western civilization. Two, it's the middle class. And three is the nuclear family. The left wants to get rid of all of these things so that they can rebuild our society in their bleak image.
You talk about, the term white privilege, of course, has become a negative buzzword over the past decade or so. I mean, we're all supposed to feel white guilt for our white privilege. Yet you actually talk about there's benefits to the concept of white privilege. Can you elaborate on that?
Western civ has been the most successful in the history of Earth. So it's no wonder that they have to try to undo it, whether it's, the rule of law or plurality, having a constitutional republic. They don't like that. That's why the statues have to come down. That's why certain movies have to be banished and memory hold, because they don't want us to be proud of our civilization. They don't want us to be proud of being an American. And here's the thing, I'm having fun, but Western civilization, the middle class, and the nuclear family don't have a color, right? So if you come here, you can participate in this just like everyone else. That's the beauty of it, right? Because we're not a multicultural country. We're a multi-ethnic country. We have one culture, and obviously with humor, I'm here to defend it.
You also talk about the least talented people in society are kind of behind the division. Talk about that for a minute, because I clearly agree with you, but I want you to explain your take on that.
In order to stay in power, whether you call them liberals or the Democrat Party or cultural Marxists, and look, their totalitarianism has a lot of different flavors to it. We have to stay divided. And we have to pretty much, in most cases, stay poor. And if anyone does, it moves out of that. It's a danger to the Democrat power. So that's why when you see African Americans rising, going to law school, go to medical school, Hispanics coming into this country, starting small businesses, that scares them. That scares them. I mean, I have a theory, guys, and that is that happy people get married and happy people have children. Unhappy people don't have children, right? And that's scary to me. So it is a culture war. It is. It's real. And when you talk about the nuclear family, again, there's no color to the nuclear family. And we know they want to destroy that, guys, because Black Lives Matter put it on their website and told us they want to destroy that.
We'll be back after a quick break. Continuing the discussion with AJ Rice, you are watching American Medicine Today.
2 neurosurgeons couldn't figure out anything that was wrong with me or what I would need surgery for. Dr. Bonati, without even seeing me, knew I was hurting, knew they could help me. First time I came in here was Monday, and today is Thursday. I've had 2 surgeries and am doing fantastic. I'm still in shock that I can walk. That's all within 4 days.
Visit askbonati.com. Welcome back to American Medicine Today. We're continuing our ongoing discussion with AJ Rice. you're pretty well known for fearlessly going after these social justice warriors, these triggered snowflakes, and what you call the trans mafia. So how much blowback do you actually get from going after them? And, because they're pretty well known for being loud and mostly obnoxious.
I've been out there for a while. I mean, not just with the 2 books, but I was Ingram's sidekick for years, and I've seen these people. I mean, there are some dangerous folks out there. We had a situation where Pamela Geller had ISIS come to the mall in Garland, Texas, for a book signing. So you have to be careful. But look, the intimidation, the doxing, all that stuff, the shadow banning, and the cancellation, the cancel culture. I mean, they're going to try that stuff, but you can't let them win. So just never, ever, ladies and gentlemen, shut your mouth.
I live in a very liberal neighborhood of Tampa. And, you're like me. We take joy in just throwing their own stupidity in their face. Your previous book, The Woking Dead, we have these little drop box for books. In every drop box around my liberal neighborhood, I put a copy in. And then I got the Trump sign out front, and people hate it. They lose their minds. You can see them through the windows gesturing. And my wife got called a racist when she was out watering her flowers. I mean, they're insane. And so I like to poke right back. I'm not scared, and neither are you.
Why do you think I dedicated the book to the very fine people on both sides? I mean, look, if they're going to put us all in front of the firing squad, we might as well laugh on our way to the gallows, right?
Agreed.
Thank you so much, AJ Rice, President and CEO of Publius PR and author of the White Privilege album, bringing racial harmony to very fine people on both sides. Thank you for being on the show.
You're the man, AJ.
Thanks, guys. You guys are patriots. Keep fighting.
Will do. Thank you. We'll have more after the break. You are watching American Medicine Today. Brandon's an active man and father from Nebraska.
I'm 28 years old. I'm a paramedic, and I do that part-time, and I have a full-time construction company. We do some residential remodels and some light commercial work.
As a paramedic, Brandon injured his back while performing an emergency extraction of a person at the scene of a serious car wreck.
At that point, I definitely felt I did something to my back. The back pain impacted my life in every way. I was off work for about 8 months. I couldn't sleep. I probably functioned on like a 20 or 30% level. I wouldn't pick up my children. I wouldn't be able to bend over and tie my shoes very well. Everything took a lot of time getting out of bed. Getting dressed for the last 2 years has been very difficult.
Brandon tried numerous conservative treatments, but nothing helped.
So I have degenerative discs and then bulge discs and an extruded disc. And basically they sent me to physical therapy. I did chiropractic care. They put me on a bunch of pain meds. Basically the neurologist just said we should just do surgery and fuse 3 levels. Being as young as I am, the idea of fusion was not something I wanted to follow through with, just because I knew that as soon as you have a fusion, you're going to have to start adding fusions on either level just because of the damage that's going to cause to each one. And so my wife started looking on the internet, and then I started watching YouTube videos, doing some research, and then decided that this was a very good option, especially being it's so minimally invasive. And the quicker recovery time. As soon as my wife found Bonati Spine Institute, she sent me a link, and I opened it up, filled out the little questionnaire. I had a call within like 15 minutes.
After sending in his MRI for review, Dr. Bonati called him personally to say he was a good candidate for the exclusive Bonati Spine Procedures.
He reviewed my MRIs that I had originally and was able to tell me where my pain was from that. It was a very big relief to be able to realize that, hey, maybe there's a path that I can go forward and I can actually live and do things.
Upon arriving at the Bonati Spine Institute, Brandon received a physical examination and updated his MRIs at the on-campus imaging center. Just minutes later, Dr. Bonati reviewed his new imagery with him and outlined a customized surgical plan to eliminate his pain.
It was a lot better of an experience than the last MRIs that I've been in. And then you come back in, and they've already reviewed your MRIs. They go through your MRIs with you. The doctor comes in, and they pull it up on a large screen. They show everything. They pinpoint exactly what's going on and show you where, and then talk you through the plan, the treatment plan.
The targeted Bonati spine procedures are performed incrementally using conscious IV sedation, where the surgical guest remains awake and communicating with their surgeon to ensure their pain is eliminated before they leave the operating table.
They would ask me, does this hurt? Can you move this? Can you move this leg? Does this hurt if you move this leg? They asked me to do like a modified push-up, which I haven't been able to do for like 2 years.
Back pain should be totally gone.
Okay, so just like a straight push-up or for...
Yeah, push up. All the way up, higher, higher. Then
Now arch your back like that. Yeah, there you
So a
go.
half push-up.
no back pain?
Oh,
No?
no back pain at all.
All right, good. Down.
I think the surgery is amazing, and being awake for part of it, the idea is really amazing. I don't think anybody should be scared to go through that process. You feel a little discomfort, but you don't really care. It's not that bad. It's not significant. It's not like the pain you deal with every day. You'll feel movement, but it's a really neat process.
Brandon, like many surgical guests of the Bonati Spine Institute, was surprised at just how quickly he was able to be up and walking in the recovery room pain-free.
I noticed I could feel my left foot again, and it felt like I had a new foot because I hadn't really felt my foot for 2 years. I would definitely recommend the Bonati Spine Institute to anybody who, before you go put hardware in your back, try this, because it is way, way better. At the Bonati Spine Institute, when I'm done with the surgery, I can walk out and there's no brace, there's no special physical therapy other than walking around and your normal daily life light. I look forward to getting back to work and being able to hang drywall and move trusses and being able to roll in jiu-jitsu and get back on the mats. I'm really looking forward to that, being able to pick up my children without my foot going numb and my back hurting a lot.
To see more stories of recovery just like this, search for the Bonati Spine Institute on YouTube, Rumble, Apple's App Store, Google's Play Store, Roku, and Amazon's Fire TV. Well, that's all the time we had for this edition of American Medicine Today. You can download our app, search American Medicine Today, and add us to your favorite channel streaming lineup. If you have any comments or questions, contact us at the numbers below. Or you can tweet at Dr. Bonati using the hashtag American Medicine Today or hashtag AMT. We would like to hear from you.